Hey Sagittarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at love, okay? But looking at love, dividing it up past, present, and future, seeing what is, in your love energy. Okay, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. You're more than welcome to leave suggestions, comments on if you have any ideas for topics you'd like to see, anything like that. I love to see your feedback, guys. But today I'm using 3 different love oracles, but I've also got the Sweet Blossom lenormand here today. And sort of getting straight on into it for you. Starting off with the past love energy around our Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regard to past love energy? Okay, just we have openness coming through firstly, being open to accept divine guidance in your relationships. But it is actually pushing me to see the image of the book here and actually read that more along the lines of learning a little bit more here from the past, being open to learn from your past. Okay, we do have recognition that has kind of clarified that. I don't know why I felt the need to do a clarifier on top of that, but we have recognition. So it's the divine will help you recognize signs and miracles. So I feel as though it's kind of like needing to learn that there are signs and miracles available for you to pay attention to when it comes to what you need to focus on with the past and learn from your past when it comes to love. We also have admire. So this is not asking you to focus in on the bad stuff, all right? This is asking you to focus in on the things that you admire about the past love situations. It's time to think of everything that you admire in your partner because, regardless of what ended up happening between you and people from the past here, there was something that drew you to that person in the first place. So you need to sort of stop and think about, what did I actually admire in that person? We don't want to think about the fact that, we may have been proven wrong and that may never have actually existed and all those sorts of things. But we want to think about, what were the things about love that we admired and were drawn to. And I feel like there's a lot that you can recognize and learn, from those things that you admired about a relationship, about a person in the past. So it may have just been, I'm getting little things as well, like, oh, I really admired that person would always, talk to me openly and honestly about, XYZ instead of just fight. We talked through. I really admired that this person, had a good job. I really admired that this person valued quality time. Thinking about those sorts of things, we don't necessarily need to think about the person and the pain attached to breakups and things like that. No, sometimes we can actually learn a lot from the positive stuff that we experienced as well, and recognizing that in amongst all the, the past, there's a reason the past is the past. In amongst all of that, there was, there was good things. There was things that drew us to that person in the first place. So I feel like the universe wants you to just sort of look at those things and learn a little bit about yourself and what you like. Sagittarius, past love energy for our Sagittarius, please. And here we go. So we have the birds coming through. So, chitter-chattering to yourself, really looking back and having conversation with yourself about, about the past, about the things that maybe stressed you out, about things in the past as well here, things that you feel like you lost when you lost that person because, oh, I really admired this about that person. I feel like I lost that, in my life where I lost my interest in XYZ and those sorts of things because of this mountain energy. All right. That I feel like this is part of what you're recognizing is admiring yourself in amongst all this as well, Sagittarius, that, you know what, you put in so much work in the past to be open and you put in the work to overcome difficulties in the past. I feel like you recognizing and admiring, talking to yourself about the fact that you learned a lot already and that you put in so much work, and all that came from you. It didn't necessarily come from the connection or the person. It was you putting in all that hard work. It was you that persevered. It was you that was determined to make things work, even if they didn't end up working. All right. You had that tenacity and that drive, and you kept pushing and kept going. You kept going. You kept on going. All right. If that's all that you take from that, is that you tried your best. You put in the work. All right. Admire yourself for that. I feel as though, a little bit of that recognition needs to be for yourself as well. There's a lot for you to learn from the past, and looking back at the things that stressed you out at the time, and your openness to learn and to overcome things, that did stress you out in the past. The present love energy for our Sagittarius. Present love energy around Sagittarius, please. Oh, I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Not going to lie. Present love energy around our Sagittarius. It was all you, Sagittarius. We have the divine feminine, her, coming through. You put in the work. It was all you, Sagittarius. Regardless of gender, this divine feminine energy, you were the one that was nurturing, and you had real emotion. You have real emotion, nurturing the more feminine aspects within yourself. And because I do feel as though this missing you energy, thinking of you, I feel like this is why you maybe are needing to look back at the past a little bit at the moment, because I don't feel like that's you. I actually don't feel like that's you. I feel like this is somebody from your past that is missing you, and they are thinking about you quite heavily at the moment, and it's coming through in your energy, and it's kind of, this is why you're looking back at the past, at all the things you admire, because you know what, you're realizing that all that energy that went into that relationship, who put all that energy and work in, Sagittarius? It was you. They're missing what all the things that you gave them. They're missing the money a little bit too here. Look at that, mind on the money, finances. I feel like ever since you left this person's life, or they left your life, that they miss the abundance that having you around gave them. But that's yours. That's your abundance. That's your good luck. That's your, you in the Lenormand, you're the clover. So you're the good luck. You're the good fortune. You're the one that everyone wants to have by their side, because, everything comes up. Everything comes up good and abundant when Sagittarius is not nearby. I don't know why I was getting a weird accent coming through then. It's like Sagittarius is nearby. It's a little bit Russian. I can't do a Russian accent, guys. But I was picking up on a Russian accent for some reason. But that's why they're missing you, because they know that you were the one supporting them in a lot of ways. You were the one that you were the nurturing, emotional one. That it's what's that phrase? Behind every important man is a supportive woman, or whatever. Behind every successful man is a strong woman, or something like that. So they without your backing, without your support, without you in their life, they're nothing. They're nothing anymore, and they feel it. That's why they're missing you. They're missing the sense of gain that you gave them, which is horrible to say. Like I don't want you to think I'm saying this in a negative way, but they miss the material, the reality of having you in their life, and what it gave them, just within their own self-confidence, and And you know, for some of you, like it's like that kind of energy of like somebody at school, and they do really well at school, but nobody sees behind the scenes and knows that the only reason they're doing so well at school is because they go home and their partner is tutoring them and helping with their homework, and you know, the mum is doing all the homework for them, you know, and that was you're the one doing all the homework. So majority of this person's grades, as soon as you're not in their life anymore, their grades slipped, and they're noticing it, and they're like, oh wow, okay, I needed Sagittarius more than I realized. So admire yourself for that, because you were the one doing all the work. Once again, I'm strongly getting that this you're the one doing all the homework, you're the one doing all the work behind the scenes, and people didn't realize how much you were doing until you're not there anymore. Clarify the present love energy for our Sagittarius. I love it. I love this for you. We have the tree, the fox, and then the feminine. All right, so we're seeing that divine feminine energy again, but this time we've got the tree and the fox there. Self-care, self-growth, independence, looking after yourself first, nurturing yourself. This is all about looking after yourself in the present. That's why this energy is coming through, because it's time for you to stop and admire yourself and recognize how much of the amazing stuff was you. It wasn't the connection, it was you alone. You, like, it's time to put all that energy back into yourself. You know, we see growth and healing, maturity coming through here. We see intelligence. We see, you know, taking care of oneself, you know, doing what needs to be done, being a little bit selfish even if you need to, you know, knowing that you are smart enough to nurture yourself and look after yourself and get things done. Yeah, you know, it's all you. Everything is you. It wasn't them. It wasn't you guys as a team. You weren't a power couple. You were the power behind the couple. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Like, so we'll move on to the future here. So, I feel like it's very strongly just wanting you to learn and be open to recognizing this about the past and realizing this and taking that on board and perking yourself up and realizing that it's you, Sagittarius. It wasn't them. It wasn't the team. It was you. The universe wants to, like, Sagittarius, you know, wants you to, you know, give yourself a pat on the back, wants to give you a big kiss and a hug and be like, oh, you're so amazing, Sagittarius. Do that for yourself, yeah? Future love energy for our Sagittarius. When I'm looking into the future here, we're looking, you know, just within a month or so. All right, but future love energy for Sagittarius, please. Future love energy for Sagittarius. So yeah, once again, I'm just feeling it's like it's got a lot to do with just finding your self-worth, you know. I do feel there is somebody coming in for you very soon. On the bottom of the deck, we've got getting to know each other, which is obviously a very fresh energy. And this is going to be a past life relationship. You have known each other before. All right. So there's going to be a sensation when you meet this person of, I feel like I already know you, kind of thing. Codependency is coming through here as well. I feel as though it's kind of like, it's not necessarily, I'm not even going to read the words for that codependency card because I don't feel like that's accurate for you, Sagittarius. I feel like it's straight away, you and this person, immediately you have this bond so strong. It's like I've known you already, that I already feel like this codependency between us, that you know, now that I know you, it's like I'm dependent on having you in my life and I don't want to let go of you, kind of thing. We need, you know, we help each other. We're supposed to be a team, kind of thing. So I feel like that's why you're looking back at, you know, past teams and realizing how much of that was you. Because with this new one, it's a codependency. It's like you're just as dependent on them and they prop you up just as much as you prop them up, and they're dependent on you. It's a lot more equal, but it does have this sensation of like you just click and immediately just like want to spend all day every day with each other. But it feels very new. Sagittarius, future love energy for our Sagittarius, please. Meeting on the bottom of the deck there. Yeah, this person feels like home. This person feels like home. This person, it's a sense of safety and security when this person is with you. This is someone that you feel like is your family. We have the Scythe here. So that's very interesting because it does kind of tell me that this person enables you to, you know, cut through the BS. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's cutting out people in your life and things in your life that no longer serve you. And I feel like just having this codependency relationship with this person, when you meet them, you may actually find a lot of things fall out of your life because it's like you realize that that's not actually serving me anymore, and I don't need that anymore, and they just naturally kind of get cut out. Like it's kind of like you've just been waiting for an excuse to cut this stuff out of your life, and this person is your perfect excuse, and they're like, oh, why are you still entertaining that, Sagittarius? Just cut that person out or cut that thing out, and they give you the strength and you know the support and the safety and the security to do so. Maybe very, very suddenly, unexpectedly. I do feel there is an element here of meeting this person quite suddenly and very unexpectedly, and things changing quite heavily, you know, from the moment you kind of meet this person. You both just fall into this rhythm, which is kind of really amazing. And it just brings around a lot of change in your life, like very drastically, I feel, for a lot of you. But those changes, the breaking free from those things, brings in brand new opportunities as well. We have the key there. It's like, you know, there's this person unlocks you. It's like you didn't even know what you wanted next until you meet this person, and all of a sudden they unlock every single door for you. You close those ones that you no longer need, and then all of a sudden it's like a what's the word? I can't think of the word, but it's like as all these doors shut behind you and you close all these doors, it just like automatically boom, 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 all these other doors open. And all of a sudden you've got all these extra choices in front of you that you never had before, all these other opportunities and chances to do things that you thought you never could do. And now you've got this support and this backing, someone guiding you to you know, take a chance on yourself and know that you're the one that has had this power this whole time. And now this person is equal to that. Like I feel like this is an equal pairing in the future for sure. How will Sagittarius know who this person is? How will Sagittarius know who this person is in the future energy, please? Other than the rightness, it will just feel right. They're a deep thinker to start with. We have the clouds and the bear coming through here. So straight away they're a deep thinker. They may have they may talk to you about, you know, anxiety issues or depression issues, and they may be sort of very protective, a little bit overbearing. I'm getting there as well, but there's somebody who you know they overthink things, and they especially when it comes to overthinking the way that boundaries need to be put up. So I feel like this might be, I don't think it's like a bad thing, but I feel like it's a very, you know, they're very clear with, you know, it kind of feels like rules, boundaries that they're like very clear about, you know, if we move forward, this and this and this are my boundaries that you know, if you cross those, I can't deal. I feel like they're very, like it might be a little bit confronting to Sagittarius about how, but you're a little bit like that too, and you just don't realize it. I find they may be Aries, Leo, or Capricorn with that bear energy as well. They might just be a very strong, powerful type person, like a businessman or like a, you know, a wood chopper, or, you know, I do sometimes get that energy with the bear. but mostly a bit deep thinker. They may have to think very logically and rationally, for their work and things like that. That might just be a lot of intelligence coming through here as well. But it comes along with anxiety and overthinking things sometimes as well. Um, very, very masculine energy coming through with this person, regardless of gender. We saw you with the divine feminine energy, right? So this person is very masculine energy to balance and match that very, very well. So there may be references to clouds. I'm kind of getting the phrase, I'm on cloud 9, Sagittarius, or you know, I feel like my head's up in the clouds. It just feels like there might be a reference to clouds, and you hear it coming from this person's mouth, and you're like, yep, I knew you were that person, that kind of thing. Like it's just confirmation for you in some kind of way. But yeah, this person may be sort of just very solid energy for you. They may, regardless of their body size, they may just have this big, overbearing, solid presence. We saw the house for them as well, so they're very stable and solid for you, which I really like that energy for you. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.